is Airgun Expo 2022, final day, final studio. Before we get started, I want to say thank you to all of our sponsors. Gateway to Airguns, Airgun Pro Shop, and here we have on the table ATN Optics, as well as we have a slew of great sponsors. In fact, we have one sitting in the studio with us right now. We have Joel from Clear Ballistics, Mr. Gummy Bear himself. Mr. Gummy Bear himself is right here. We had fun with that the other day, too much fun. And one of the things we shot the Gummy Bear with was this gun right here. And on top of this gun is the ATN LTV. And we're going to talk about ATN products this evening, right now. And then later this evening in our wrap, we're going to be talking to ATN, the big kahuna, Steve Lemonov himself. He will be with us, so we're excited about that. Let's get into the ATN stuff, Angie. Now, I shoot ATN stuff. I think it's awesome. It is way fun. They have a lot of stuff here on the table we're going to talk about. But you actually use it for really practical stuff, like hunting.
Like, I remember trying to film my hunts with 2 cameras, one on me and one on the game. Absolutely, that's tough. It's tough. So I don't have to do that anymore. I might have one camera on me, and then the scope records beautiful, crisp, clear footage. It's absolutely wonderful.
Yeah.
It's got all kinds of features. The one-shot zero. You don't have to waste ammo. You just shoot one time, and then you move the reticles to wherever you hit. Keep the one on the bullseye, and you're sighted in. Yeah,
so you've actually, what happens, it gives you 2 reticles. When you go to your sight-in menu option, this works on both the 4K Pro and the LTV. Mm-hmm. You have this reticle, and like say your shot's here, there's a second reticle, and as you move that to where your shot is, you save it, and now you're automatically dialed in. It does work very, very well.
Yeah.
So that's very, very cool. They have the 2 versions. We're going to talk about the scopes first. There's the LTV, which I happen to be a huge fan of the LTV. I don't use the advanced features. I have it. I actually have it, and I need to use it because, thank you, Steve. He sent me the laser rangefinder adapter. Now, you use that.
Yep.
Okay, I haven't used mine yet. I may, before you leave, ask you to help me set that. I'm the tech guy. I'm asking her to help me on that. That's sort of one of the reasons I like the LTV, because it's just like super simple. It is a lot of the advanced features, the multi profiles, all of that stuff that you get with the Pro. The LTV is just, you put it on a gun, you use it on that gun, and you're just one button, you're filming, and you're done.
Yep.
And personally, perfect for me.
I would say if you're going from the Xi 4K Pro to the LTV, you need to kind of mess with it a little bit, get used to it.
Buttons are different.
Learn the buttons, yeah, because I tried to take it out and take an armadillo, and I wasn't used to the buttons yet, and he got away.
Okay, when you go up to the 4K Pro, that is the Pro version, right? So better sensor, better night vision.
Multiple profiles.
I think you really like that because, I mean, I don't know about you, but I'm not going to buy 16 of those for all of my guns.
Right.
I may have 1 or 2. And this way you can have a profile. And you actually use like separate chips for each gun, right?
Well, I used to, but it's so easy.
Okay.
You just download the app, the Obsidian 4 app on your phone. You deal with the profiles on that, and it's cool. Like you can connect the scope to your phone, watch the footage. You got a friend hunting with you, and they're like, "This really sucks. I can't see what you're seeing." Like if it's dark, you can connect your scope to the phone, and they can sit there and look at what you're looking at on their phone. It's super awesome. They can even record on their phone, just in case you forget to hit the record button.
That never happens, right? Only yesterday. We're not going to talk about that. Hey, Angie, there was a collared dove, and I wasn't sure if I was going to take it. Did you record? No. I wasn't shooting. But it's B-roll, Angie. B-roll. We can get B-roll. You saw it. Anyway, I digress on that. But I also like the whole idea where you can have a companion, and they can be almost spotting and helping you that. If we're going to talk about that, I mean, besides the different, you have more reticles. You have the option to use the laser rangefinder. Let me grab that. It's right over here. Sorry, the dust on it. Sorry.
Still in the plastic,
it's
Rick.
Still in the plastic.
Oh my gosh. Steve?
Nope.
Second.
Nope. So that guy right there goes with the scope Because one of the things I noticed right away when I'm hunting with the night vision, you lose all depth perception. There is no sense of reference. Everything's flat. It's all 2D. So 50 yards, 100 yards, you don't know where you are. You just don't know. This is problem solved, because this talks to the scope and you can actually get an idea. Now, if you get really advanced, you can actually put the ballistics in, and this will adjust for your ballistics, won't it?
Yep, absolutely. I've tested it with Airguns. I haven't tested it with firearms. You can go a lot further with those, of course, but with Airguns, I tested it at 25, 35, 45, 55, all the way up to 75 yards, and it was spot on every time. So absolutely, it works.
That is very cool, because when you're hunting at night and everything is 2D, you lose all that depth perception. It's awesome to have that frame of reference. Before we go to the thermal, which is like the most awesome, right? I mean, the thermal, would you say, is like the most awesome?
I would say they each have a place.
Okay.
I mean, sometimes the 4K Pro is the better option.
Maybe
Sometimes
like
the
during the
thermal
day.
is. Yeah. Well, it is. I have squirrel hunted with the thermal during the day, and I had successful hunt. But there's just a time and place for all of it.
I found, well, out here in Texas in the summer, everything's white. It's just all hot.
It's hot.
Yeah, so the thermal not so much. But the 4K Pro or the LTV, the color clarity and the picture is really, really nice. And you get great results when you can use it. I use it for content creation. And, I mean, just in general, you can use it just to shoot targets and have fun. You don't have to hunt with it.
Yeah.
So if you like capturing your footage, you like capturing what you're doing, I don't know of a better way. I have spent thousands of dollars, literally thousands of dollars, to try and crack the nut of being able to film through my scope. And everybody's giving, oh, you should try the Tacticam. You should try this. You should try the side shot. You should try I've tried them all. And let me tell you, the only one that has worked, like consistently worked, where I get footage and my phone doesn't lock up and lose all my footage or all the other nonsense stuff I've dealt with, is the ATN products. I push the button, it's like, there's the footage is there.
It even has an automatic, like, I forget what it's called.
The recoil activated.
Yeah, that.
Yes. I haven't
recoil
used
activated.
that. Have you used that?
Yes, it works.
I don't know, man. I like the button.
Yeah, I like the button too. I prefer the button, but it does work. So if
I
you
need to try
are one that, you're not sure you're gonna hit the button, do the automatic recoil. What did you call it?
Recoil activated.
Yeah,
recording,
thanks, Rick.
something like that. We'll ask Steve tonight. We'll ask Steve.
And what about battery life is awesome.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so somewhere here in one of these drawers, I have the original.
Is it in the bag on the shelf?
Is it in the bag on the shelf? Yes. Here it is. Exaggerated a little bit.
A little bit. My husband has that same one.
Okay. Look, at the time, awesome. But there's a few things about this. This is like this is the Excite HD, so you know this still works, and I could.
My husband still uses his.
Put it
It's
on my
his
AR or
AR-15.
something. Yeah, there you go. The problem though is it uses batteries,
Yeah.
and you either have 4 minutes with alkalines, or you buy $20 lithiums that have a tendency of sometimes lasting and sometimes dying. And
Well, he bought for $80 a battery.
Oh,
pack
yes, you can
that
get the
goes-
battery pack.
It was $80
Yes.
when he bought
Yeah.
his, so you can
You
get
can
that
get
too.
that.
But
yeah, it goes from this, which look, still very useful, still a great day scope, and it has the illuminator, which makes it still a good night scope. So
where are the IR lights?
oh, I've got them around here. This is the old little baby one.
Oh wow, that is a lot different.
Yep. And then you have, I think it's in that drawer. Check that drawer. Yeah, there it is. And then the better one.
Yep,
So that's the newer version.
That's the factory, but they sell other ones too.
Yep. Better.
Yep.
More better.
Yep, more better.
Tell you what I like to do. If you have a partner that's out hunting with you, hand me the Binocs, because these are my favorite tool. Me personally, I love the scopes, but these are my favorite tool from ATN.
Yep.
When we were out hunting yesterday, I wasn't hunting. I was filming and spotting and driving the truck. But when we got out to take a shot, like Tyler got a great shot on a jack, I could get onto this. Now, right off the rip, we're 4-power scope. So before I don't have to really zoom in, I've got a great picture already.
Yep.
Great color, great image, hit record, just keep it on it, and I've got great footage for the reel. But they are just a great binocular.
They have a rangefinder in them too.
I was going to get to that you can range find with this. So if you're like hunting with somebody, I don't know, will they talk to the scope? Can you combine them? Can you tie them to the scope?
I believe so, but I've
We'll
never
ask Steve
tried
tonight.
it.
But for some reason, I thought that if you had a spotter with you, like if I was running these, like if we went coyote hunting, which I know is something we want to do, I could run these. You could be on the gun with the scope. I could range find with these, and it'll transmit to the scope. We'll find out for sure from Steve tonight. But if you have the X-Sight 4K Pro, for some reason I think it'll do that. But if not, I can tell you, hey, that's 75 yards out.
Yeah.
So however it works, having this with you is really stinking awesome. And the night vision works really, really well with those. It's built integrated illuminator, which again, if you've got a partner, now you've got double illumination. So
Yep.
double IR. You got somebody on these, got somebody on the scope with its own IR. It really does help light things up.
Yep.
It works nice.
And every one of these you can connect to your phone.
Yeah.
Every one of them.
Yeah.
And the thermal is super sweet.
The thermal it takes things to a completely new level. This, even though this is like the entry level thermal, they have a higher resolution sensor, but starts to get kind of pricey when you get to that level. But
Yep.
we did a competition with the thermal, another one that I lost. Yes, it's been that week of Ricky loses all the competitions to Angie.
I'll come back again and we can try again.
Well, okay, on a coyote. But the thermal works very, very cool in that it's passive. It doesn't need anything to illuminate. Excuse me. It doesn't need an illuminator to see because it's just using thermal energy, read it by the sensor.
Right.
So that's why when you were saying to me that your game doesn't see the thermal isn't emitting anything.
Yeah.
Your other scopes, if you have an IR on it, like if you're hog hunting at night or whatever it is, they're throwing something out there and your camera's seeing that coming back. But the thermal is just getting that thermal imagery back. It's just reading that. So very, very nice. I love using the thermal. And I think if we go coyote hunting, we'll definitely use the thermal.
Yeah. It's got several different color palettes to choose from.
True.
I mean, it has the one-shot zero just like the others. It's got a lot of great features. Focus ring on the front.
Yeah.
They also have other products like the thermal monoculars,
Right.
which I did get to use one for my squirrel hunt and not my squirrel hunt. That would have been cool for my deer hunt, and it's awesome. It really, I mean, I guess it probably depends on the type of terrain that you live in. Some terrains will show up hotter than others, but in the woods, it was great. I saw deer throughout the whole woods. It was fantastic. So they have other products as well than what we just have here on the table.
And all classes of products. So it starts off like at the entry level and it goes up to almost professional military grade stuff. I'm not sure the availability on for consumer purchases that way, but if you happen to be watching this and you're a military person or a military contractor or somebody says, hey, I need optics for this particular product or project, I happen to know they have a whole division that deals with that level of product. So these are all the consumer stuff, but they have a whole nother level that if that's where you operate, they have stuff for that too.
And that was one of ATN's goals, is to make it available for the general public, something that we could afford.
Right, and these really, I mean, the thermal is pricey, but I think if you were to look at other thermal options, theirs is affordable. The LTV is what, $600-700. The X-Sight 4K Pro is $700-800. It's in that, and I might have my numbers wrong, but you can check about. We'll have links to the stuff. You can check about actually on the AirgunExpo.com. They have a profile there. If you're interested in any of this stuff, you can go to that page, fill out their form, and find out more information about it. Now, we did film. If you check out the Clear Ballistics videos, we filmed with this. Well, we filmed with the
Origin
25
Yep.
with the LTV.
Yep.
And we filmed the gummy slaughter. The gummy got slaughtered by
The Air Javelin.
the Air Javelin Pro with the arrows and the blood bugs. And we filmed that with the with the LTV. Did we do the LTV with the? Oh, did we do the LTV with the arrows? I'm trying to remember if we did or not.
I'm not sure. I don't. Honestly, I don't think so.
I don't remember. Did we red dot that one? I think we red dotted that one.
Yeah, I think
yeah,
we did too.
but we did.
That's why I hit him in the armpit. If we would have had this on there, it would have been a straight heart shot.
You went hunting with this that day, or
Yep.
the day after, or whenever we did it.
Yep.
That's what we did. I'm trying to remember. It's been a bit of a week. Good week, but long week. I think that's about it for the ATN stuff. I mean, we're going to be talking to Steve, and they've got, I believe they got some really cool new stuff coming out next year. I don't know the details yet, but that's sort of why we're getting him on with us tonight, so that he can fill us in on the ins and outs of what they got going on. But you can check all their stuff out. Check out their website. Again, we'll have links to that, or you can check their profile out on our webpage. I think that's it, Angie. Anything else you want to say about ATN products other than check them out? They're awesome.
Yeah, if you guys want to record your hunt, you guys want to have some awesome optics, be able to hunt at night, yeah, they're definitely the people to check out.
Yeah, I like them very much as well, and it's interesting every time we do this. I get fixated on just regular optics. I don't hunt like I used to, but then I start shooting the ATNs again. I'm going, dadgummit, why don't I use these more often? So I've decided I'm going to pick an air gun out of my collection. It's going to get like the LTV, and I'm going to use that thing at least once a month on something.
You should put it on the Notos and then keep it in your
truck.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's not a bad idea.
I think that'd be a great idea.
You know, really quickly, because we talked about it but didn't give a number. Battery life. Again, I want to circle back around to that for a minute, because this guy, you had to be turning it on, turning it off, turning it on, turning it off, or you just hadn't. When you needed it, you were out of batteries. Unless you got the battery pack. You get the USB charger pack. That was a way to overcome that.
Yeah.
But that was another chunk of gear hanging off your rifle. These guys, built-in battery. The Excite 4K Pro, I think it gets like, what, 14-hour battery life?
I think it's 18.
It's ridiculously high.
Yeah.
I'm just like guessing under to not be over. But this is what, 10, 12 on the LTV?
And I think the thermal is similar to the
LTV?
Yep.
And not only does it have a really good long battery life, which is awesome, but it's like on and you can take a shot within, I think, under 10 seconds. So, I mean, if it's off, you can click it. It takes a minute to boot. You get a reticle, you hit record, and you can take a shot very quickly.
Well, it does have at least this one does have a sleep mode. If it's on for so long, it goes to sleep. But it's just a push of the button, it's right back on.
That's cool.
So yeah, so it conserves the battery
even
more.
That's to me, that's why these were like such a huge upgrade. Not only that, gosh, I'm thinking of all these other things. If you notice, this had an integrated mount.
Yeah.
I struggled getting this in the right position to use on my air guns, and it was really tough. These guys, these are just standard 30 mil tubes. So any 30 mil rings, right? You may, like, I think these are straight. We have some, like here, we have them that are canted.
Yep.
So any 30 mil rings are going to work. Okay,
They
find the
also
right
sell
rings.
a quick detach mount too.
Yeah. So anyway, all of that stuff in. They have the gear to help you record your hunt, see at night, hunt at night, record that hunt.
Share it with friends.
Share it with friends. And if you have friends with you, they can help you hunt too with these other options. And it's just a lot of fun. ATN products are awesome. That is going to be it for our episode right now. We are going to wrap it up. We're going to go have dinner, which is awesome. And then we're going to get ready for our nightly wrap. And I'm going to try, I don't know if I'm going to be able to let all the air out of Joel's tires and make him stay here for the nightly wrap, so we can convince him that we need more gummy bears to slaughter. So guys, stay around for that. 7 o'clock tonight, and then that will be our last show for this year's Airgun Expo. And I'm thinking I'm going to send some emails out and see, maybe you guys can help us decide. I would like to do this twice a year, once in May-ish and once here in October, and see how that would work. I would like to do it. You guys let us know if you think that's worthwhile. Because I would like to do it. You guys let us know. What do you think?
Yep, me too.
All right, that's going to be it for now. We'll see you guys shortly. Remember, we want to thank all of our sponsors: Gateway to Airguns, Airgun Pro Shop, sponsors like Clear Ballistic, all the ones that you see on our website. Click their logo, check out their website, check out their pages on our site, and get in touch with them. Let them know that you saw them here on Airgun Expo. That's really going to help us out. and we appreciate it. Thanks for watching, guys.
See ya.